those of us who are not born better than others should do the bidding of those who are better.
By the way, you saying that was the beginning of the recording. But it's a Team Redeye shit show where Corbin's audio is fucking garbage this time. But Corbin does actually have a solution for the audience for that.
Right, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, he said. If you can't tell because of the bad audio. That's what he said. His audio is really fucking bad today.
Really? Just...
There, is that better?
Oh, considerably. That's way better, Corbin.
Let me see here.
Does your headphones just fuck it up?
Yeah.
Alright. Should I pause the recording or keep it rolling?
Let me see if this works.
I'll pause the recording. Alright, well. Anyway. What do we want to talk about on today's shit show? We didn't really have a plan for this one.
I want to talk about your mother's fallopian tubes.
What an interesting subject. Let's see.
Isn't your favorite thing about lying in bed with a woman is just playing with her beautiful fallopian tubes?
What? Is she like cut open in this scenario, or?
That's my favorite thing about getting bit, you know.
Had to turn up the volume a little bit because you're still a little quiet, but you still sound okay.
It's like that joke in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, where he's like,
But you
know,
just
my
grab
favorite thing.
when you grabbing a boob and it just feels like a bag of sand. We were gonna have Chutters on today, but I think it's like 3 a.m. where he's at, so.
He could make a 3 a.m. challenge video gone wrong, gone sexual.
He could, but I think he's probably asleep because he hasn't responded.
Sleeping, that's for the week.
You're for the week. Got him.
I'm gonna kill myself,
Oh, good.
and it'll be your fault.
Oh. Well, there you go. And they said I wouldn't amount to anything. I don't know who said that, but somebody said it.
That always annoys me when I would get into like an argument with a woman and they'd be like, I'm gonna kill myself, and then it's gonna be your fault. I'd be like, okay,
Do it, bitch.
I don't care. That's just my genuine reaction. I don't care if you're honestly stupid enough to kill yourself because of a stupid argument.
Just be like, nut up or shut up, bitch.
It's like, stop being a coward and do it already. Jeez.
In Minecraft,
See,
of course.
That's why men are better, because at least we can pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, men do have a higher suicide rate, so we even have them beat there.
Yeah, we're better at it, just like everything else.
You remember when you did that controversial opinions video, and the last one you said was that men are superior than women, and I didn't even address the rest of it. I'm just like, I thought you said controversial opinion, or I thought you said unpopular opinions, not controversial facts.
I mean, it literally like is a fact that men are better than women, no matter like there's literally like physically, mentally, and that's all that really matters.
But you've been watching a lot of Clint Eastwood movies. You did tell me that before we recorded.
Yeah. There's the one where he has the monkey.
Oh, Any Which Way But Loose.
Yeah.
And then,
I like that. I love the ending to that movie. The ending of that movie is like really good 'cause it shows how like evil women can be.
I haven't seen it in a minute, but there's two of them. There's Any Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can. There's two of them.
Which Way But Loose ends with like the woman he's been going after the whole time. Like it turns out she was blind to him. And
Yeah, I remember that.
That was pretty good.
And then there's a sequel, but I honestly don't remember what the sequel's about.
Every Clint Eastwood movie is a masterpiece.
You know that the orangutan in the first one died.
I mean, a lot of monkeys from a lot of movies have died.
No, but do you know how it died?
How did it die?
Like apparently it took some food from like the crew like snack tray or whatever, and like his trainer like hit him in the head too hard and it killed him. Like, I'm not even joking. That actually happened. That's why it's a different monkey in the second movie.
I thought you were gonna say like he ate the food and it wasn't monkey food and he died.
No, he got beaten to death.
He ate the food and then he got beaten to death.
Yeah, it's awful. But that's why it's a different orangutan in the sequel.
There should be a joke in Sergeant Friends where somebody's like offering somebody food. He goes, "This food is poisoned." "No, it's not. Eat it. Trust me." And then the person eats it. And then he goes, I don't get it. If it wasn't poison, and then he just knocks him out and kills him.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. I wish this audio would stop auto-adjusting. Lock in place, damn it. Lock in place. Let's see. The milk, the table.
I like how conservatives are like actually like saying their opinions on the internet more often now.
Yeah. No, it needs to happen. Because when you
I mean, like, not to be like insulting, but like a lot of conservatives were kind of cowardly for a while.
Yeah, I know. And I used to kind of be similar where I would be like, "Oh, I don't want to talk politics."
Yeah.
But now I'm just open. I don't give a shit. And
I've just always been sort of the person where it's like, if there's something that people don't want me to talk about, that's exactly the kind of thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, and it's like when I did the Rio video, that was a turning point for my channel where I just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna say what I want.
That Rio video.
Yep. And I recorded part 3 of that Rio video. I haven't edited it yet, but I did record it.
I literally somebody was saying that Devilman was gay, and I said that Rio was a hermaphrodite, and then somebody said, "Oh no, not another one of you."
Do you think they were referring to me?
I don't know, but I thought it was funny, because I've never heard anybody else say that about you.
Well, it's true, though. He is a hermaphrodite.
Yeah. Literally, like, all the comments were people saying that Crybaby was terrible and that the original 70s anime was better. Because I was on the 70s anime fan group.
Yeah. I think the OVAs are the best version out of the animes.
The OVA, yeah. They were all saying the 70s and the OVA, because it was the 70s, 80s, 90s anime.
Yeah, because, like, the 70s one's fun, but it's just basically a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I do like, though, that it's just, like, the 70s Devilman is just Devilman being a Chad.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he gets the girl.
But he's not even Akira in the 70s version.
Yeah.
Because Akira dies in the first episode, and then Devilman takes over his body.
Yeah, I like to just pretend it's Amon.
Well, it is. It's just that he wasn't called that. But, like, if you read Devilman Grimoire, it's similar until you get to the ending. Because in Devilman Grimoire, it is Ammon taking over Akira's body. But the ending, like, says that Ammon actually is Akira, and it's, like, all this mental... It's fucking stupid. It's like a split personality.
Oh, Amon Apocalypse of Devilman feels like if the 70s Devilman was darker, because of, Amon completely taking over and becoming really big.
That doesn't even, like... So that's only the first volume of the manga for that. After that, it kind of goes downhill. I honestly think that Ammon Apocalypse of Devilman... Go ahead.
The movie was good, though. The movie was really good.
Yeah, the OVA is great. It's just, when you watch when you read the original manga, Volume 1 is great, Volume 2 is pretty good, Volume 3 starts jumping all over in the timeline and gets really confusing and hard to follow.
I like when people just have, like, the 3 letters that are above is that called a tag? What's that called? On top of the...
on Halo?
Yeah.
That is a service tag, is what it's called in Halo 3 specifically.
Yeah, I like when people just make it something like nut.
Yeah. You didn't used to be able to do that. In original Halo 3, it had to be a letter and 2 numbers. But you weren't allowed to put A55.
Somebody else is named 8th in this.
Yeah.
I like it when they do cum.
I like that MCC lets you do a lot more with the clan tags than you used to be able to. You know, with our last shit show that I uploaded, the one that we did live and then I edited it down into just the shit show. I said in it that I was going to edit out the part where I left to take a phone call, but I forgot to do it when I edited it, so there's still like a few, like there's like a minute where I'm gone, and I'm like, Corbin, keep talking so that this keeps going. And you didn't say anything, and I come back and you're like, I didn't say anything. And I'm like, God damn it, Corbin, you're useless or something. And then I'm like, well, I guess now I got to edit out this dead air. Oh well, you guys won't see that in the final version. And then I forgot to edit it out, so it's still there.
You know what made me upset about a Bill Burr stand-up I was watching?
What's that?
Where he was talking about abortion, and he said that he was pro-choice because he understands the whole "it's my body, my choice." He says he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I get that, but also I still think it's like a baby you're killing. And he was just like, I'm still pro, but he was like, I'm pro-choice because and he basically just summed it up to hating humanity.
That's stupid.
And I thought that was dumb. Like, I think people were like, we need less people around here. People are so stupid, we need less of them. It's like, but why?
We're not even overpopulated.
Like, what are... I know, but even if we were overpopulated, why do we care about other animals? Why do we care about preserving the earth? We should just care about enjoying the time we have, making as many lives as possible, because if each of the... Because, I mean, I feel like that's a good thing to do, to bring as much life into the world as we can.
Well, and let me put it this way. We are the only species that gives a shit about other species.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there are other...
It's stupid. I don't care about other species.
I mean, I do, but I also think humanity is...
I care, as in I don't want them to get hurt, but it's like, obviously I'm superior, or why would I care?
Yeah, like, humanity is number one. It doesn't mean we treat all the others like shit intentionally, but overall we prioritize ourselves.
But I'm still even for, like... I'm not for like the torturing of animals for entertainment, but I think if the body is used for something afterwards, I don't care what like in movies. I think like if you're gonna kill an animal for a movie, it's fine as long as the corpse of that animal is actually like made into fur for eating or something.
Well, and like Cannibal Holocaust, all the animals were eaten on set.
Yeah.
And like not only that, they were quick, clean, and mostly painless kills.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I think it's bullshit when people get mad at Cannibal Holocaust, because it really isn't that bad.
Also, the animal deaths are actually like good for the movie. They're not just pointless. They show you how realistic the gore for the humans looks by comparison.
Yeah, and that's the point. It's to trick your to trick your brain by showing real animal gore and switching to fake human gore.
Yeah. Cannibal Holocaust, I think, is like a genuinely really smart movie.
And it's one of my top 10 favorite movies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it would be in my top 10. I think it's probably around 3 or 4.
I don't remember where it is in mine. I did an updated list forever ago. It's definitely up there, though.
I need to do another top 10 movies list.
Yeah, you should do more content that I can respond to.
Yeah. You couldn't just make video react to the music going, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but then I'd just stop and be like, oh, this is cool. Oh, yeah, I like this. Oh, this is funny that you put this in there.
I know, that's why reaction videos are stupid.
Yeah. That's why I only do responses to shit that I actually have something to say.
Yeah. I don't know, I think my next video probably should be a top 10 favorite movies videos, because there are a lot of movies I don't want to talk about, so that would just be a good way to get through a bunch of them.
Yeah, there you go. So you know, I've been playing... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that, like, so far my 3 favorites are Watchmen, Fight Club, Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah. Clockwork Orange isn't even in your top 3 anymore?
It's 4 probably, and then Joker.
Joker's pretty good. I think I like Logan more than Joker, though.
I just like the social commentary of Joker's pretty good.
Yeah. Good movie. You get what you fucking
Logan's
deserve.
A good climax for that character, but I definitely like the X-Men movies. I like Logan because he's like a good, like, masculine, like, hero who's not really a hero, kind of. of like, because he's well, he's a hero, but he goes by his own moral code.
Yeah. Well, and
heroes like that are better.
Yeah. So
heroes that just follow the law are like the lamest ones.
Yeah, no, heroes should have their own set of morals that they strictly follow. That's what it should be.
Yeah. That's why, like, the Clint Eastwood movies are good. Like, that's literally a thing Clint Eastwood says in one of his movies is somebody says, what about the law? And then he goes, I have my own law.
And then he turns into Sylvester Stallone and goes, I am the law. You know, I've never seen the original Judge Dredd, but I should.
Yeah, I haven't. I saw, like, I got, like high, and I watched, like, the newer one, and I was like, oh, I had, like, a sensory overload, and I turned it off.
Uh-huh. High on life.
No, it was crack cocaine. You know, sometimes I do a little meth to take the edge off.
How about when this is over, we go do a little coke?
We need to legalize medical meth heroin.
Meth heroin? Mixing the two together? Do you know how god-awful that would be?
That would be like the best way to die.
No, it wouldn't. It'd be god-awful.
What do you think? Do you think like when people have the death penalty, they should give them like a drug that actually like feels good when they die?
Well, I'm against the death penalty, but I guess so, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I mean, if you're gonna go for it, why not go all out?
I mean, are you completely against? I mean, I guess it would. I guess the government should decide who's punishable by death.
Corbin, remember, we've made the distinction. I've made the distinction.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's around raping and killing and doing whatever they please, somebody's got to do something.
Right, but that's not the government. That's not the state killing someone after they're in captivity. That's someone taking action. There's a difference.
Yeah. I don't like the idea of like a group of special people that know what's in my best interest.
Yeah. Well, like that's why I think that when justice was community justice, I think that was good. You know, back in like the old West.
Well, I mean, like what the Republicans want is what's good, where they want democracy, but they want democracy in the states divided. Like,
well, it's a representative republic. It's where each like state has a say in what happens federally. I mean, I think the federal government shouldn't exist, to be honest. I think we should just be independent states, and the federal government should only exist.
I believe in democracy, but I think democracy only works if it's like located in that one area. When you have like democracy doesn't work for an entire country.
No, absolutely not. That's why I think what we have now is better than a straight democracy. And that's why when people want to get rid of the Electoral College, I'm like, you're only saying that because you don't understand why the Electoral College is actually really good.
That abortion thing was a big victory, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Man, it's getting tiresome to win all the time. Man.
Mr. President, we're tired of winning. Please, can we stop winning? And I look at them and I say no. Great Trump quote.
Yeah, like lately I've been feeling like super positive because it's just like, it seems like, because whenever Biden screws up now, I'm like, all he's doing is opening up more people's eyes.
Yeah, but I also feel like people are too stupid to care.
A lot of people definitely are getting emotional about it.
Yeah. And like there's like people I see, and it's sad to me when I see someone who used to be a rational person completely devolve. I won't name names, but I think you know who I'm talking about when I say this. There's a YouTuber who used to watch me. He's just a kid. He's like 17 or something. But he used to actually like post like he used to like repost like clips of like Steven Crowder and stuff like that, and like used to actually make sense. But then he like went super leftist, and now he calls himself a they them. Like he says his pronouns are they them. He says he's a socialist. And he uploads like he watches Vosh and just like parrots a bunch of Vosh talking points now. You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Also, like of all the leftists that you could look up to, Vosh is a terrible choice.
Yeah, he really is.
Like, even when it comes to, like, there's no good, there's not really any good leftist options but Vosh.
Right. Like there are better leftists than Vosh for sure.
Yeah.
There's Destiny. I don't hate Destiny. Like I think he's kind of dumb on some things, but I overall think Destiny's.
I don't hate Destiny, but I think he's an idiot. Like, I think most centralists are just stupid because.
Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't.
It's like you gotta pick sides. You're just not gonna have anybody.
Well, here's the thing. I think referring to Destiny as a centrist is a win for the left. That's why I refuse to do that, because he is a leftist.
Yeah.
Because
well, I mean, like.
He's not a socialist.
He's centrist about a lot of things.
Well, he is not a socialist, and he's consistent. So he's a leftist, but he's a principled leftist. I think he's wrong on a lot of things, and I think some of the woke stuff he says is retarded.
I don't know. I think he's like. I think he kind of like. For every step forward, I think he takes 2 steps back.
Well, he's still a leftist. I'm not saying that he's like perfect. I'm just saying out of the left, he's one of the ones.
I'm just saying for like every smart thing or likable thing he says, like every time he says something I don't like, he says like 2 things I don't like.
Right, and that's why I wouldn't call him a centrist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell, I wouldn't even call Joe Rogan a centrist. I would call Joe Rogan at least moderately far left.
Moderately far left?
Yeah, like he's not super far left, but he has some pretty leftist ideas. It's just he's very.
I know he wanted to vote for Bernie before.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he used to vote for Bernie until like this whole thing.
Right, but the thing is Joe Rogan is super normie. That's his thing. Is he's really fucking normie, and he's not informed at all.
Like Bill Burr's really annoying because he's like somebody who so clearly like would be perfect as a conservative, but he's lying to himself.
Yeah.
Like he's lying to himself.
Well, to be fair, you used to be in a similar way. Remember when you used to really not like being referred to as a conservative?
Yeah. But like eventually I had to just think about it. I was like, actually, a lot of my views would fit in.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing is, a lot of people don't like it because they don't want to be branded as a right winger. When I'm like, no, you should. Right wing is where the fun's at.
But also, like, it's kind of funny when people think of you as a villain when you know you're not. Like, when it's like the people that kill, the people that defend the killing of babies, and the people that want all this sexual degeneracy are considering you like this evil villain. It's just
right.
funny.
When they're the ones who want to hack up kids' genitals and turn them inside out.
Yeah, it's hard for me to like ever like even when I can never feel like. I can never take it seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I can never take them seriously because it's always like I know that you believe in like the most disgusting evil thing. So your morals, virtue signaling means literally nothing.
Yeah. I think what I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh well. You know who I wish uploaded more?
Who?
John Doyle. He doesn't upload very much.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't his last video the Martin Luther King one?
I don't know, but that was a good video.
Yeah.
I think I kind of find it annoying the Daily Wire is sucking up to Martin Luther King Jr.
A lot of conservatives do, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because
but it's like John Doyle pointed out, like there will be like conservatives that are like, oh, Martin Luther King Jr. conservative, or I'm a JFK conservative, or I'm a like people take like people want to see things in people that aren't really there.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I'm not going to pretend the man didn't do some good, because ending segregation, which granted he didn't do single-handedly, absolutely not. That was a big movement, and I do think that was the one good thing to come from the civil rights movement. But that's one thing compared to the infiltration of our society and pushing it towards Marxism.
It's like he's playing a game, though. It's not like that's just It's like playing chess. That's just one pawn in the big game.
Right. I know, but I think because of that one good thing, a lot of people try to act like he was a good man because of that, you know?
Yeah. When, like, overall, what he did, if anything, was detrimental to black people.
Right, and here's the thing. I don't have a problem with people, like here's the thing. Most, like, people who are, you know, admired historically have bad things about them because everyone does.
You know what really bothers me, though, is this whole, like, where they want to say that where you have to like black culture or you're racist, but it's like black culture has, like, objectively and obviously declined because we've just been encouraging stupidity. And we've been encouraging bad behavior when, like if you watch, like, old movies or listen to old music, like, black people had like, were smart. They used bigger words. They were more concise, and they wore better. Like, they had, like, suits on all the time.
Well, the black community used to be very
them pipes.
Black community used to be very family focused too.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely is that, and still.
Yeah, and I do think that is still part of it.
They're held down by the. I would say, like, the older black people are great, but it's the young ones.
Right, and to be fair, that's a generalization. Obviously, there's still, like, there's plenty of good, like, young black conservatives that are well informed and still, you know.
Yeah, I was just saying that there are good black people that are held back by delinquents and hoodlums.
Well, it's like Candace Owens said. The only community that embraces the worst part of their community is the black community. They're the only ones that feel the need to defend the worst parts of their community.
Yeah.
Like, whenever a criminal dies, they have to jump ahead and defend them and act like they're a hero.
I think it's crazy, though, that the things that people hate about conservatives, they say they hate about the things people say they hate about rednecks, they love about black people. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, oh, the rednecks, they like guns, they sexualize women, and they don't and they can't speak the English language properly. Mm-hmm. It's like all those things could be attributed to black people. Mm-hmm. And they'd say you have to be okay with it when it's black people, but it's not okay when it's white people.
And again, to be clear, this is generalizations. For YouTube purposes, just so you know, this is just generalizations. We're not saying this is a fact for everyone.
Yeah. But I will say, all women are dumb.
I agree. Now, you ever seen that Polish member of European Parliament named Jan Korwin-Mikke?
I don't know.
He's one of my favorite politicians because, like, he would go to the parliament, right, and he would go on rants about how women are less intelligent, and, like, they'd debate him, and, like, he'd be a total dick about it. Like, I can't remember all the stuff he said, but he would be very set on it, and he'd be like, I'm not, like, people would say, so you think women should be less intelligent than men? He's like, I don't think they should be, they just are. And, like, they're like, so you're saying women are stupid? And he's like, no, I'm not saying they're stupid. Wisdom is different than intelligence. They're just not intelligent. And he would use, like, statistical averages and stuff to point it out. And, like, I remember they were talking about, like, equal pay and stuff, and he's like, well, women shouldn't be paid equally because they can't do the job as well as men.
Yeah.
Like, Jan Korwin-Mikke is pretty great. He's really fun to watch. I don't know if he's still in government, but I remember a few years back I saw a pretty funny video on him.
I think people need to start asking this question more. Like, what has a woman done for you?
Yeah. Other than sex, right?
Like, that drives me crazy in a relationship where guys are like, I need the woman. It's like, just be good and the woman will come to you. If you have something to provide, if you are just good, they will come to you. You don't even need to be playing this stupid game. Like, they want you to play this game, but you don't even need to play it.
Well, I think
more attracted to you if you just, like, tell them no.
I think the thing is with women, that shouldn't be our main goal. We should focus on ourselves. And this overemphasis on trying to find
That's
a suitable...
what I'm saying is, if you work on yourself, women will just come to you. So
well, and even if they don't worry about that.
You need to think about.
Even if they don't worry about that. You don't
That's what
need
I'm
them.
saying. I'm saying that when you don't worry about it is when you get it.
Yeah, but I'm saying even if you don't get it, that's fine.
Yes, but I'm just saying that that's when you get it, is when you stop worrying about it. That's all I'm saying.
But we can't agree the roof is the highest part of the car.
What?
So there's this I don't remember what game it is. It's some VR game, right? Like it's like a job one where you play as like, and it has like the voice like the creator of Rick and Morty in it. And they're like arguing on the radio. There's like a radio station you can listen to, and they're arguing over which is the highest part of the car. And he's like, the roof is the highest part of the car. And he's like, yeah, but then you got that metal thing that's like at the top of the car. And he's like, yeah, the roof is the highest part of the car. And he's like, yeah, I know that metal thing. He's like, now listen here, I'm saying the roof is the highest part of the car. Like they're saying the same thing, but different ways, and they're just arguing about it.
But isn't the highest part of the car the ball at the end of the waggly stick?
I guess it depends on the car.
What is that even called? What is the waggly stick?
It's called an antenna, you fucking moron.
I like the way I said it more.
The waggly stick?
Yeah.
That's what this episode's gonna be called, is the waggly stick.
Don't forget the ball.
The waggly stick. Don't forget the ball. But yeah,
I had a friend who had one ball. We called him the Cyclops.
That's a lie.
I had
You didn't have
friend with
friends.
one eye.
But,
You got a friend in me.
you got a friend in me.
I big apple out of a tree.
A red-headed lady reaching for an apple. Gonna take a bite. Though she's gonna breathe on it first. Wipe it on her blouse. Fat old husband walking over. Walking down the road. Left foot, right foot.
Foot, right foot, left foot, right foot.
Fat man with his kids and dog came in through the morning fog. Hey there, Rover, come on over.
Come on over.
That's like one of my favorite Family Guy episodes. Because it's like the apocalypse one.
Yeah.
And it's also the one that introduced the giant chicken.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all about Y2K.
Yeah. What are you doing? She's selling chicken or
Alex
sex
himself
jelly?
shows up. Mr. Alex Yick himself shows up.
He does. He comes up and he goes, "What the hell is going on?"
He grabs his hair and screams.
We do need to somehow parody him in Sergeant Friends at some point.
Yeah. He'll just always have that screaming expression.
Yeah, I'm honestly, legitimately, really looking forward to the update. So on my Pokemon Kurosu playthrough, you know what my Gengar's name is?
What?
Dahmer. Because if you don't know, Kurosu means killer. So I named my starter Pokemon, which was a Ghastly at the time. I named him Dahmer, and now he's a Gengar because I evolved him up.
Huh.
Yeah, fun game. Really enjoy it. Do you know what the plot to Pokemon Kurosu is? It's really fucking dark.
What is it?
You play as like a teenage or 12-year-old girl, I can't remember which, but you get kidnapped and like sold into sex slavery, and then you escape because a Ghastly. You find like a Ghastly who like kills the guy who kidnapped you. And then, like, the whole plot of the game is you taking revenge against the crime family who kidnapped you and killing them all.
Huh.
It's really dark.
That could happen in the Pokemon world.
Yeah. Also, Lance, like, helps rescue you at one point at the start. Lance is the, he's one of the Elite Four from Pokemon Red and Blue, but he's the champion from Gold and Silver.
Is this the last dance of Lance Vance?
Is that a BoJack Horseman joke?
No, that's from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. There's a character named Lance Vance.
Okay, because that sounded like a BoJack Horseman joke. You could see my confusion.
I like how he's the character that betrays you in Vice City, and that's something I like about Grand Theft Auto. Is literally every game has like a big betrayal.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Although 5 doesn't have to.
In GTA 4, you're betrayed by a woman.
Good. So it's accurate.
Yes.
No.
Well, it's actually pretty good because when you replay the game, it's actually really obvious because everything she says is like really obviously. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it. You have to play it for yourself.
Okay.
But it's pretty good.
I think the one that I actually found kind of sad is in GTA San Andreas.
But there's literally a part. Do you care if I just spoil it?
I don't care.
Okay, because it'll probably be a while before we can beat that game.
Yeah.
But the first girl you go on a date with in the game, her name is Michelle. She's actually in GTA 5 for a brief second.
Is she?
She's the cop lady that shoves a baton up a guy's tries to shove the baton up a guy's rectum.
Okay. I thought for a second it was going to be like the meth chick that Trevor was fucking, but no.
Oh no, Michelle. She's actually you don't know she's a cop though. Is the thing? She's an undercover cop and she's pretending to date you, but she's just doing it to get information out of you.
Gotcha.
Big twist.
Kind of like
is that she was just using you the whole time.
Kind of like Troy in Saints Row 1.
I haven't played Saints Row 1.
In all honesty, Saints Row 1 and 2 I think are so much better than 3 and 4.
The only one I played was 3 and I thought it was good.
I would recommend, 2, gameplay-wise, 2 is my favorite, but, story-wise, 1 is the best.
But there's a line from Michelle in Grand Theft Auto 4 I like where she where she says, but out of all the guys, you were the nicest to me. So she literally just straight up says I've been banging a bunch of other dudes at the same time.
Do you remember when in that episode of Malcolm in the Middle where Reese intentionally pretends he's selling drugs to date the school narc?
That's something.
Yeah, it's a girl who's he knows that she's undercover and working with the police, and so he pretends that he's dealing drugs to get her to date him, but he won't give her any definitive proof. He just makes ambiguous statements, and then at the end he decides he's done using her like that, and so he's like, all right, that's it. I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna give up this. So she thinks he's gonna quit the drugs, and then she's like, all right, we need to get him quick before he quits. And so then they go to his house and arrest his dad. Because they think his dad's dealing drugs, and so Hal gets arrested, and then Reese sees Hal being taken away by the cops, and he's like, all this time you were selling drugs and you were holding out on me? Or no, that's not what it is. He's like, all this time you were selling drugs and you couldn't even afford to get me. I can't remember what it was, but it's like, and we have to live like this?
When you replay Grand Theft Auto 4, though, it becomes super obvious that Michelle's a cop, because literally everything she says is like, do you hang out with bad people? Or she'll say, hey, do you know a drug dealer? I think I want to get drugs.
Nice. No, but
literally, when you go over to her house, everything she owns is brand new, and her excuse is that she has OCD and throws things away a lot.
Nice. But no,
so when you replay it,
go ahead.
When you replay it, you feel stupid.
Yeah, in Saints Row 1, Troy is one of the loyal members of the gang who's a good friend to you guys, right? But then at the end of the game, you find out he was an undercover cop the whole time. But then it turns out he got in too deep, so he actually is really genuinely attached, and it fucks him up.
Yeah, and you've beaten San Andreas, right?
No, but I know about the ending.
Yeah, so you've at least gotten to you've at least seen Big Smoke's betrayal.
I've seen it. I haven't played it, but I've seen it.
Yeah. So in Vice City, Lance Vance betrays you, Michelle betrays you in GTA 4, Big Smoke betrays you in San Andreas, and in GTA 5, you get to betray people.
Yep. As Franklin, you can betray either Trevor or Michael.
Yeah.
I always thought that
My favorite ending, though, honestly, isn't the one where they all team up. It's the one where Trevor dies, even though Trevor is my I like Trevor more than I like Franklin. But but I still think Michael's the best character. But Trevor, I like his death the most because like he has like this horrible death where he's like burst into flames.
Well, and I also think that the betraying Trevor ending is the saddest one because he was the most loyal. Because like when you go to betray,
that's what I mean. Is like it feels like a tragedy.
Yeah, because like when you betray Michael, Trevor's like no, and he doesn't want to do that. Like he gets really pissed off at you. But when you betray, Trevor, Michael's like, yeah, let's go get him.
Yeah, and it's actually really like sad, like because at the end, like he's like, we all have our limits, Franklin, and my limit is human stew. Referencing, obviously, Trevor literally eating a human being.
Good game.
Yeah. I think that's funny though, because Michael and Trevor are like really good characters.
Yeah.
They I would say Grand Theft Auto 5 has. I don't know. I can't decide whether or not Grand Theft Auto 5 or 4 has better characters because the characters in GTA 4 feel more realistic, but the characters in GTA 5 are more fun.
Yeah. Well, Trevor's my favorite character in 5.
In Grand Theft Auto 4, like it does a good job of making you feel for the characters.
Nico, cousin, let's go bowling.
Oh my God! You can betray Roman.
Can you really?
Now that I think about it. Yeah. Nobody likes that ending though.
Well, I would imagine not. He's like the most loyal guy in the game, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Well, but also something I like about in GTA 4, there's actually lots of like random moments where you get to choose if you want to be like a good not like a good criminal, but like a criminal with some level of loyalty, and you can be a criminal who literally like just has no empathy for others.
Yeah.
Like they give you more than a couple choices in that game.
I need to play more Fallout 3.
Fallout 3, yeah.
Yeah, I need to play through that game.
That game, I would say Fallout 3 has the best choices of any game I've played still.
Yeah. I remember, like, the whole reason I stopped playing it, though, is because you told me I didn't kill anyone in Megaton.
That's because, literally, they lie to you and tell you that they've evacuated the city if you ask them about it.
But doesn't Moira get turned into a ghoul?
What is it?
Moira
turns into a ghoul?
Yeah.
But that was because she left town and she was coming back.
The only one I actually feel bad about killing in Megaton would be Gob. I like Gob.
Yeah, well, you can literally tell Gob's mother that he's dead after you blow up Megaton.
Nice.
And she'll cry. Have you gotten Jericho have you ever gotten Jericho in Megaton to be your
follower?
Sidekick? Yeah, follower.
Yeah, isn't he like the one that will only team up with you if you have bad karma?
Yeah, you have to be evil, and because he's an ex-raider. And he's my favorite companion in Fallout 3. There's also Sharon in Underworld, who's a ghoul mercenary. And there's you can get a sex slave from what's it called? What's the slave town? Paradise Falls. You can literally buy a sex slave off of him.
Very cool. Yeah,
And,
I
I think it's crazy. They'll never make a game like that. Bethesda will never make a Fallout game like that again.
yeah, like the thing is like I always was more of an Elder Scrolls guy, so I didn't play as much Fallout.
Which is weird because I feel like Fallout has like all the themes that you would like.
Yeah, I just always had more fun with Elder Scrolls.
I don't know, like Elder Scrolls. I like the. I feel like I think it's better because it's like you're creating an entire fictional world like from scratch.
Yeah.
Like that takes a lot of effort. That takes like that's like that I can recognize as like objectively better because you're making an entire world as opposed to just making your own thing, taking from all the movies and stuff you like.
Yeah.
But like with Fallout 3, I like just because it has literally everything. It's got anarcho-capitalism, it's got cannibalism, it's got slavery, it's got
all the things you like.
It's got prostitutes, it has lots of cool fictional guns, 1950s culture.
Yeah.
It's got everything.
No, Fallout 3 is really cool. I really like the world of Fallout 3. I just don't like playing with ranged weapons a lot in RPGs. So, like, I've never been a fan of, like, the guns in Fallout. Like, I think they're cool, but, like, they just feel weird to me.
I don't know. I like the gunplay of Fallout 3 because of how it gets better depending on what you level up and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like I like the way it doesn't look down the aim of the gun, instead it just zooms in, because that's kind of impractical to have the aim go all the way up. So I don't know how to explain, but when video games do that, it's actually really impractical. When they have, instead of just having the camera zoom forward, they have the gun come up like you're actually trying to shoot a gun with the scope, and scopes in video games don't work like they do in real life.
Yeah. I don't know, for me, like, the shooting in Halo has always been, like, my go-to, the way I like it.
Yeah.
Like, I like the zoom in that way just because... I mean, with Halo, it makes sense lore-wise, though, because it's your armor linking up with the gun and scoping into it.
Well, when I play Halo, that's what I like. What I like about it is that I don't have to zoom in. I can just shoot people from the side, just like that.
But the reason the zoom on, like, the sniper and stuff...
that kind of gunplay.
The reason the zoom works the way it does on the sniper in Halo, though, is because your armor links up with it. That's a lore thing. That's why when in Halo 5 you have to zoom, like, you pull the gun up to you. I'm like, that's not how it works, though, because your armor links up to the scope in the lore, so that's stupid in Halo 5. Like, you have no reason to mash the gun up to your face in the Halo universe. It doesn't make any sense.
I think that, I don't know, I think the closest actual... I think the closest games I can get to, like, actually shooting a gun is just off the shoulder like that. Because whenever the scope doesn't actually, like help anything, I can just shoot them the same way. I don't know.
Well, like, if they're far away with the sniper scope, it helps.
Yeah. But, like, that, I only really use the scope if nobody can see me.
Yeah, that's fair. Like in SWAT, I never use a scope.
Fallout New Vegas, a lot of people, I know, like, most people prefer Fallout New Vegas over Fallout 3, but Fallout New Vegas, I feel like, just had too much. Like, it has, like, a billion different possible endings, it has a lot of different guns, and they added a lot of new creatures, and it feels like it's too much packed in one game.
Too much macaroni.
But I feel like Fallout 3 had the perfect simplicity to it, but it's still at the same time still being complex enough.
Well, the fact that you told me that...
to be like an RPG.
Because you said Fallout 3 does have multiple endings, right? Like, they're actually substantially different, or...
It's not like Fallout New Vegas where they're like, pick a faction out of, like, these 10 different factions. Or Fallout 4 where they're like, pick one of these 5 different factions. In Fallout 3, it's like, no matter what, you have to, like, join the Brotherhood of Steel, but you get to decide whether or not you're, like, you can do what the president of the Enclave says, which would make you sort of a spy for the Enclave.
Uh-huh.
But it's not like picking a faction.
But, like, the end game is the same, isn't it? Like, what happens in the end?
Yeah, like, no matter what, you get, like, the same... you get a slightly different cutscene depending on the choices you made in the game. But none of the endings are all that different. You just get to get to there whatever way you want.
See,
like,
that's my issue with a lot of Bethesda RPGs, is that they...
Well, it's not bad, because in Fallout 3, if you poison the water, you get a special ending for poisoning the water. And if you have DLC and you get the real ending, you can either blow up the Enclave or blow up the Brotherhood of Steel. So there's definitely more layers to the endings.
Right, okay. But the main quest line, the ending is still pretty similar.
Yeah, but if you have DLC, it's not really an issue.
Okay. But, like, Elder Scrolls, like, I don't think... Like, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim all only have one ending.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like about Fallout. Fallout, like, every Fallout has multiple endings.
Like, I really wish that you could, like, team up with Dagoth Ur at the end of Morrowind.
Yeah.
Because he asks you if you want to join him, and you can't.
You know, Bethesda uses, what's it called when you have a bunch of, when you use letters, is it called abbreviations?
Roman numerals?
Or
acronyms?
Maybe it's like just the letters, like NASA or
acronyms.
FBI. Yeah, acronym. Okay.
More pizza.
Crap, I forgot what I was thinking of the acronym for.
Suppose we could.
Trying to remember.
Just keep your car one glass cleaner out of it. Sure. There's one of them. That one will work.
Oh yeah, Bethesda uses the KISS acronym. Do you know what that stands for? The Navy uses it.
KISS.
Yeah.
Killing is super sexy.
No. So the KISS acronym is Keep It Simple, Stupid.
Oh yeah, obviously, duh. I'm stupid. I knew that.
Yeah, but it started from this guy from the Navy. I don't remember the name of. But that's what Bethesda uses for their games, is keep it simple, stupid, and it works for Fallout 3. The simplicity of Fallout 3 I liked, but they overdid it with Fallout 4.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way: like, with RPGs, as far as, like, you know, evil endings, my two favorites are Knights of the Old Republic and Undertale. Because in Knights of the Old Republic, you can just become the new Lord of the Sith and take over the universe. Whereas in Undertale, you destroy the world.
I don't know about my favorite evil ending.
Although, I'll tell you...
I don't know if Fallout 3 it has my favorite evil ending. I just like just being as evil as I can be in Fallout.
Yeah. With Undertale, right, believe it or not, even though the genocide is my favorite route, the genocide ending is not my favorite ending.
I would say that my favorite, like, bad ending is probably in Silent Hill 2, though. Like, it's not evil ending, but it's a bad ending.
Mm-hmm.
You get it from, like... I think I don't remember which way you get this ending. I've gotten... I don't remember if you look at the picture of your wife a lot, or if you don't look at the picture of your wife at all, that you get this ending.
Mm-hmm.
But it's where... but at the end of the game, the canon ending is that you drown yourself in your car.
Oh, okay.
You know, where because after you find out that you killed your wife, you put her in, like, the trunk of your car and you drown yourself.
Yeah.
Because you can't handle what you did.
Nice.
But there's also There's also an ending where you get over it.
Nice.
That's a good ending too.
Then there's the dog.
Yeah, the dog ending.
That's the
and there's
canon
the
ending.
UFO ending. Every Silent Hill has a UFO ending.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
And Silent Hill 2 is still my favorite. There are people that say Silent Hill 3 is the best one. But Silent Hill 2 is just my favorite because of how melancholy it is.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not any game that represents like being really depressed better than Silent Hill 2.
Yeah. You know what game what my favorite Undertale ending is though?
What's that?
The Papyrus ending. Cuz that one's
What happens at that ending?
that's the saddest one cuz you kill everyone except Papyrus. And then so Papyrus becomes king of the underground. But like, so you don't kill Sans or Papyrus, but you kill basically everyone else. And then Sans calls you, and then you talk to Papyrus, and Papyrus starts talking about how Sans told him all of his friends went on vacation, and he really hopes they come back soon because he's getting really lonely. And that's the ending.
Yeah. Huh.
So you killed everyone, and then Sans lied to Papyrus and said, "Oh no, they're all just on vacation." And like, so he's ruling the underground, waiting for them to come back.
I like how Undertale tries to guilt trip you into being a good person.
Yeah. Well, again, genocide is my favorite route because, like, you know, it has my two favorite boss fights in the game.
The Undertale fans are really annoying when they're like, "Don't do what you would actually do in real life in the game. Play it this specific way because this is the way you're supposed to play it."
Well, that's why, like, I think that people should just play the game blind and just treat it like a normal RPG, because I feel like the judgment is so much better when you don't see it coming. Like, you don't know that you've been, like, when you don't know what EXP stands for or any of that.
Yeah, people are like when people are actually kind of ruining the game for people.
Yeah, because that's supposed to be the point.
Like, I mean, like, I don't really care about Markiplier playing Undertale. I only really like Markiplier's videos where he just plays horror games, and I don't really care about his reaction. It's just a good way to see horror games that I've never seen.
Okay.
But, like, where Markiplier, where his fans got mad at him because he was playing the game without just where he would kill some people, but he would spare others, you know, just playing it the way he wants to play it.
Yeah.
And his fans kept on getting mad at him and telling him that there was a specific way he had to play it. But
Yeah,
it's
no.
like, no, the game is made so that the first playthrough is supposed to be like your normal
Yeah.
what you would do.
Because you're not supposed to know about the pacifist ending the first time. That's the point.
Yeah.
And again, I think genocide is so much cooler than pacifist anyway. Granted, don't get me wrong, I like the pacifist ending, and I like the Azrael boss fight. But, you know another good game? You ever played The Suffering?
No.
It's not an RPG, it's a horror game. Where you play as a death row
Is that
inmate.
where it's like flesh or something?
Well, you're like a...
Or is that a different game I'm thinking of?
I think you're thinking of a different game. Because The Suffering...
It's called The Suffering.
Yeah.
Is that a game where you're supposed to kill as many people as you can?
No. Will you let me explain it now?
I guess. I just thought I heard the name, so I'm trying to think of what I heard it.
So, The Suffering is a game where you play as a death row inmate. And you're on death row for the murder of your wife and son. And there's 3 endings to the first Suffering game. And depending on how you act throughout the game will determine whether or not you actually did it. But like, the thing is The Suffering is a game, it also doesn't explicitly tell you if what's happening is real or not, and that's something I really like about it. Because, like, the prison gets, like, attacked by monsters that start killing everyone, and you have to escape and kill the monsters. But, like, nobody else reacts to the monsters except for you, except for when the people get killed. Like, they'll get killed by the monsters, but they won't react to them. And when you turn into a monster, they don't even notice. So... like, the monsters may or may not be real. It's like the game, like, intentionally leaves it ambiguous as to whether or not the monsters are in your head or not.
Have
This
Have you heard of that game that's like art style is literally what's his name that created Xenomorphs?
H.R. Geiger.
Yeah. Have you heard of that game that's in like H.R. Geiger's artwork, like the whole game?
I don't know.
Like the whole thing looks like it's straight out of Oh man, Alien's kind of disappointing when you see H.R. Geiger's artwork. I think because I would rather see like his version of that world. I don't want to see like the world inspired by H.R. Geiger's art. I want to see like how he would actually make the Xenomorph world.
Right. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know what game you're referring to. But the other thing I wanted to bring up in The Suffering, all of the monsters are based off a different form of execution.
Yeah.
So,
I've heard of that game.
yeah, so like the main monsters are called the Slayers. They're based off of decapitation.
You know another good thing about Silent Hill 2?
What's that?
All the monsters are women except Pyramid Head.
Yeah, I never even thought about that, but that's true.
Yeah, that's something that's actually really... Because the reason for that is because you killed your wife. So
Yeah.
all the monsters are women.
Yeah.
So and Pyramid Head, the whole point of him is that he's judging you for the crime you've committed.
Right.
He's James's secret desire to punish himself for what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, but like then there's these ones
And then,
that are. Go
but
ahead.
like all the monsters, they make try to look sexy on purpose too, so that you have like this weird sexual fear feeling.
Okay, Corbin.
Well, I'm just saying that that's like a thing that they do in horror. Is that
Yeah, I know.
sexual
I'm just
feelings
fucking with
make
you.
you uncomfortable.
Well, you know what they sold with the limited edition of Dead Island, right?
What is that?
It was like a decapitated female torso with like big jugs and a bikini. And it's like this tall. It's like a little statue.
That's crazy.
But those are both games you need to play. Well, no, there's 3 games I really want to see you play. I really want to see you play more Fallout 3. I really want to see you play more Grand Theft Auto 4, and I really want to see you play more Silent Hill 2. Well, you haven't even tried playing that yet, I don't think.
I have, just not on stream.
Yeah, but those are all.
And I have not played GTA 4 on stream either. I played GTA San Andreas on stream, and that's it.
Because those are, I would say that.
Oh, that's
like,
not true. I played GTA 5 with mods too, actually.
But yeah, those are my top favorite games. Would be Fallout 3, Morrowind, Grand Theft Auto 4, Silent Hill 2. Those are the best games.
Okay.
And that's why you need to play them more. Vice City's good too, but it's not better than GTA 4.
I always liked San Andreas and 5. Those were my 2 GTAs that I played the most.
Normie.
Okay.
I mean, I like Vice City has my favorite aesthetic. It has my favorite music, and Grand Theft Auto 4 has my favorite characters, my favorite story, and I also just like how depressing it is. It has really good lines. GTA 4 has really good like dialogue.
Yeah,
like, there's,
Nico, cousin, let's go bowling.
No, but like one thing that's something I really do like about it is that they do accents really well in the game.
Yeah.
Like every character has their own like accent that's actually.
Also, I assume you get why I keep saying that, right?
Yeah, because makes you go bowling a lot.
Yeah, like he'll call you like every 5 minutes. I'm exaggerating, but he'll call you. Like,
I know I play the.
cousin, let's go bowling.
Yeah, he also asks you to play darts a lot.
And like he gets really
Also,
depressed
I think
if
it's
like gets
funny.
really sad if you tell him no.
Yeah. You're literally one of your responsibilities is keeping him happy.
Yeah.
But something I think is, oh man, Grand Theft Auto 4. I like how misogynistic it is, because like literally like I think it's funny too, where it's like where you're not supposed to. Roman, he cheats on his girlfriend all the time, but then when she cheats on him, he's upset about it. And because he's literally always going out with prostitutes, and strippers, and stuff. But his girlfriend literally cheats on him with like this fat, ugly guy. But the guy's actually like just a guy taking advantage of what he can. You know, you can't really blame him too much.
I mean, if it were my girlfriend, I can and will, but you know.
If it was your girlfriend is the one that needs to get smacked.
Well, yeah.
But that was something I talked to somebody about online where it was like, because you have to track down the guy and kill him.
Uh-huh.
For sleeping with your girlfriend. You have to track him down and kill him to prove your loyalty to your cousin. And that's cool. I would do that for my cousin, sure. But also, on the internet though, somebody was like, I actually thought he was a cool guy. I would it was really the girl's fault for.
Yeah, and then I saw your response, and you're like, yeah, you should kill her instead.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a good boy. The guy's just doing what guys do. The girl's the bad one.
I mean, she is just doing what women do too, to be fair, because that's what they do.
Yeah, but they should be punished for it.
Well,
hypocrisy is okay when I say it's okay.
Well, the way I would see it is that she's the one who wronged him, because he didn't even fucking know that guy.
Well, he did know that guy. The guy is literally like his boss. He's like a jerk to him all the time, so he does have it coming.
Okay, but like if it was like his best friend or something, that would be different. That'd be worse, I would feel.
Yeah. Also, there's another character in Grand Theft Auto 4 I like, because he's like this gay guy who's obsessed with masculinity, and he always pretends that he's like he wants to pick up chicks and stuff.
Okay.
That's a good. Grand Theft Auto 4 has a lot of good characters. You gotta play it.
It's also the only one that you can shoot up a hospital.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my god, I've done it so many times. Honestly, it's hard for me to. I probably spent more time shooting up the hospital and running people over in Grand Theft Auto 4 than playing the story.
No, the thing that always drives me nuts about the GTA games is that when you go to the hospital, you lose all your guns. Like, I get it, but that's why I'm glad that 5 didn't do that.
Yeah.
I feel like I just used cheat codes to get them back.
I don't get the complaints about Grand Theft Auto 4's driving, because San Andreas and Vice City, I think, have worse driving.
Again, 4 is the only one that I literally was unable to go from one place to another without swerving all over the goddamn place.
That's something, like, I don't care about swerving as much as I do literally my car exploding in, like, 5 seconds.
I just wasn't able to control the damn cars.
Vice City, I can't complete a mission without blowing up one car.
Like, in fairness, Corbin, I haven't played GTA 4 in years, so maybe I'll be better at it now, but...
I don't know, I don't know, after I've started driving, like, my four-wheeler driving in Grand Theft Auto 4 is not that hard, because as long as you understand, like, the gravity of your vehicle, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you can tell when your car is, I don't know.
Yeah, but there's a difference between...
Also, it just gets easier over time, like, the more you play.
I'm sure it does. I just feel like you have to focus too much on how it handles in GTA 4, where you don't have to in any of the others.
I don't know, I just do whatever. It works out.
But again, I haven't played it in years, and I played it for like 10 minutes, got pissed off, and stopped playing.
I don't know. I love the way the game starts out, where literally the song that plays when you're. Oh wait, what game system do you play it on?
360.
360. I don't know if that. I think that version's. I don't know if that version has the song. That's really good.
I think it probably does.
Because the Xbox One version I have that says it's the Xbox 360 version, you know. It doesn't have like the song I like.
Like, you talking about that one? There's do 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 do. That one?
No, there's one that's like Einstein, sticky, sticky, Stein, eh?
Yeah, no, I don't know that one then.
Oh, Einstein, sticky, sticky, Stein. I literally have no idea what the song's saying, but it just sounds good.
Okay.
I love Grand Theft Auto 4 has lots of good lines like "War is where the old and bitter trick the young and stupid into killing each other."
Yeah, I remember that line. I don't know if I got to that in the game, but I've heard it before.
And there's also the part where this guy says, "You can choose the game, but you can't choose the rules." Also, I like oh yeah, there's this guy who's like who's talking about how great capitalism is. He's like a drug addict.
Uh-huh.
And he's like going around and he says, "Hello, comrade. It's a wonderful system." And then Nico's like, "What did you just say to me?" And then he's like, well, wait, no. Nico goes, "Excuse me," and he goes, "You're excused, my friend. You're excused. Now, why don't you go and mine salt for 50 years?" I think it's funny though, because in the game, it's like whenever something horrible goes wrong, it's like Nico looks over the camera and goes, "How could capitalism have done this?" After he kills people and robs people.
Yeah.
I can't believe capitalism caused all these problems. But I like Roman because he only like has positive things to say about America and capitalism.
Yeah.
He's got that immigrant spirit.
Yeah. Did I tell you I bought one of the games from the creator of Hong Kong 97?
No, what game is it?
It's called Miniskirt Police, and it was on PS2. I've heard
Sounds like fun.
it's apparently really bad, but but you play as like an attractive female cop whose clothes get destroyed every time you take damage.
Huh. Do you know who plays Tommy Vercetti in Vice City?
Not by name, no.
He's the guy from the Goodfellas.
Oh,
What's his name?
is it Joe Pesci?
No.
So not
The main guy. The
Oh.
main guy in Goodfellas.
Robert De Niro?
No. That's the main guy? Maybe I'm thinking of a different
I
movie.
haven't seen Goodfellas. I'm literally just guessing. Hold on.
I don't know. I might be getting mafia movies confused.
See. Yeah, Robert De Niro's the main guy. Maybe Ray.
Okay, look up voice actor for Vice City.
Because there's also so Goodfellas has a few guys.
Ray Liotta. Ray
Yeah,
Liotta.
Ray Liotta. Yeah, that's another one in Good. He's also in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ray Liotta's the guy who plays Tommy Vercetti.
Okay.
That's what Vice City's about, is like the mafia in Miami.
Well, to be fair, every GTA game before 4 was about the mafia. Well, no, before San Andreas, actually, since San Andreas came before 4.
San Andreas is still about gangsters.
Yeah. But 1, 2, 3, and Vice City are all about the mafia.
I like how Grand Theft Auto 4 is literally about how, like, you're like racing to the top and betraying like people, and like how you have to like selling your soul to the devil to make it big, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where you have to make a lot of hard choices.
Yeah.
He said hard.
But like, there are things you can do, like where Vlad, the guy who sleeps with Roman's girlfriend, Vlad, he asks you to wash this car. You have to steal a car and wash it.
Okay.
But literally, like after washing it, I trash the car and I give it to him, and he'll call you and he'll be freaking mad and yelling at you.
I would imagine.
Trashing up his car, and he says, "Hey, but then Nico will go, hey, but it's nice and clean, isn't it?" And then Vlad will send you off to kill this guy, and then you can choose to spare the guy and tell him to leave town, or you can just kill him.
Your spare one's completely dead, I think.
Okay.
So I pulled it out. because I couldn't get to unlock your car.
And also the battery?
Yeah.
All right.
Fallout New Vegas, those.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say Fallout New Vegas, though it has a lot of, also has like good political commentary, but I just don't think it's as like fun and entertaining as Fallout 3.
Yeah.
But like, there's Mr. House, and he's like this rich guy who's kept himself preserved. He hates communism, and he's basically using you as like a pawn to get what he wants.
Okay, but is that really?
Because he has like this philosophy. He has like the Ubermensch philosophy.
Okay, but is that really good commentary, or isn't that making him look like a bad guy?
Well, actually, he's actually a good guy because he's the only hope for New Vegas. They actually do make him a good guy in it.
Well, that's good.
But you can kill him, and if you kill him, it literally says if you kill him with a golf club, it says you get an award that says a man chooses, a slave obeys, because he's literally based on Andrew Ryan.
Gotcha.
Who's based on Ayn Rand.
Okay.
So his character is sort of an Ayn Rand, like out of an Ayn Rand book.
Okay. I was gonna say, he kind of reminded me of Francisco d'Anconia from Atlas Shrugged so far. Who's honestly, Francisco d'Anconia is kind of a piece of shit. Like the thing in Atlas Shrugged is it has like a scale of like objectivist characters. Like there's the main one, Dagny Taggart, and then there's Hank Reardon, who's my favorite character so far. And then there's Francisco d'Anconia, who just he goes too far with like screwing people over and shit intentionally. I haven't finished the book yet. I've still got a lot to go, but
yeah, he's more like the Ubermensch character rather than the moral principle type of objectivist.
Yeah. So, like I said, he's probably more like Francisco d'Anconia.
Yeah, as in like, I have a goal, and I'm gonna do what it takes to get that goal because I know that goal is good.
Okay, well now he sounds like every character in Atlas Shrugged that's not a piece of shit, so...
He's like he's basically like you gotta crack a couple of eggs to make an omelet kind of guy.
Gotcha, yeah, okay. Well, was there anything else you want to talk about, or should we wrap it up?
Wrap what up?
The video.
Wrap it up in a neat little package?
Yeah.
I have a package that's wrapped up real good.
Okay, Corbin.
But Grand Theft Auto 4 has literally, like, the only thing I really like about Grand Theft Auto 4 is the Brotherhood of Steel. I just like them because they just want to destroy all synths and synthesizers. And I think if there was a time where people are like, I love robots, even though they're like a huge detriment to society and are going to kill us all, I love them because maybe they might, because I believe that they actually have emotions because I'm an idiot and I'm manipulated by machines. Those people should be killed.
Okay, Corbin.
Like, if time comes where like robot sympathizers are actually a detriment to society, we're gonna have to round them up, put them in camps.
Okay, Corbin.
What else are we gonna do?
Straight to Gulag.
I won't have robot sympathizers in my country.
Have you ever, like, here's the thing, I liked this game when I first played it, but it's actually really fucking bad, and is really, like, bad at social commentary. You ever played Detroit Become Human?
No, but, I like, the first time I watched it, I was a little stupid, because I was like, just kill them. Just kill all these stupid machines.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get the problem here.
Yeah.
They're just machines.
Well,
just
like,
destroy them.
Detroit Become Human is one of the least subtle games there is, because like it's clearly like trying to be like a commentary on like racism or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, like how Zootopia. I feel like a lot of people say Zootopia was a bad commentary on racism, but I thought Zootopia actually did racism well, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
Because the people say that the reason the racism portrayed in Zootopia is bad is because they're predators and they're prey.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think this is a good comment. This isn't a good commentary on race. This is a good commentary on weak and strong people. As in that weak people should genuinely fear strong people, and weak people, and I think that strong people do act, that the weak people need to look up to the strong people at the same time as be afraid of them. But I think Zootopia is a good commentary because it shows that racism isn't just I hate you because you look different. It's I hate you because I think you are a detriment.
Well,
I think you are.
I've heard other people tell me about Zootopia, and they say another reason they think it's good is that like it's actually kind of subversive on the whole racism thing, because they say that the predators actually represent like they're supposed to represent white people, right? But all the racism comes from the assumptions that the prey has about them.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is racism comes from people seeing somebody do an action and associating that with that race, or in the case of Zootopia, predators.
And
prey.
I did a
it's like you act like this. Therefore, I must you are this thing. Therefore, I have to be afraid of you.
Now, I did a piss poor job. Now, I did a piss poor job at explaining the video I was talking about. I don't remember the exact details, so I want to be clear. It wasn't just that simple. There was a lot more to it than that, but I suck ass at explaining, because I've never seen the movie either.
What I'm trying to say is that, like, in real life, issues like that, like bigotry in general in real life, it doesn't come from this person is different and that's why I don't like them. It comes from I have these specific moral principles, or I have these specific things I care about, and I see that this group of people doesn't. I see that the majority of this group of people doesn't like that, or the majority of this group of people doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but
racism doesn't just come from you are this thing and therefore I don't like.
Well, I think there's a little bit of both. I think, and a lot of it, I think, is you have a bad experience with someone, and then you associate that with what they are rather than just the individual, which I think is a problem, because people are individuals. You know, like it's people.
But I think like a problem with like anti-racism is that, I mean, obviously you know that, like what I mean by anti-racism isn't like the big thing where they're like, you know, the thing that's literally racist, not like race. You get what I'm saying?
You're saying
like,
actual anti-racism, not what they call anti-racism?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's
like
good to not be racist. I think racism is bad.
Yeah, but I'm saying like people that feel like they have to go, like they have to say, we can't say this because this could lead to racism, but it's like, well then you're not going to solve the actual problem.
Okay, yeah, no, when people
like
go out of their way so hard to say that they're not racist and won't acknowledge facts, yeah. But I do think that you know, racism is bad. I just don't think it's that big of a problem in modern society, especially in the U.S.
Yeah. No, what I was saying is, like, when people get caught up thinking about, like obviously racism is wrong, but then when there are problems that face the black community, and they say that if it's racist to even acknowledge those problems, that's a problem.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, that's people trying too hard to not seem racist, that they let communities...
And they're causing the people that they're trying to help more problems.
Yeah,
by
ignoring
it.
The biggest thing, I think, is we shouldn't try to help everyone all the time either, because it's people trying to help communities that have ultimately destroyed them. Because all sorts of welfare programs and stuff like that are what has destroyed the black community, because without it, they'd be fine. But now, because they're so reliant on that stuff, there's a lot of problems.
Okay, I have figured out what I was trying to say about Zootopia.
Okay.
Was, when it comes to racism, sometimes you do genuinely need to be scared of people because of the way they look, because if you meet a lot of people who look a certain way and do something...
You see, Corbin,
bad,
I'm
you
not
have to at least
racist.
be afraid. You at least have to. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I would say that doesn't have to be a race thing, Corbin. Like a scrawny black guy versus a big ripped white guy, which one's more intimidating?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is,
Yeah, well,
I'm not
but
racist.
I'm saying like
but when you
like
see
it's
a
not
black
like
guy
seeing
thrown
somebody
down
that's
to
black
his
that
knees,
you should come to the conclusion
I
that you
get
should
a
be afraid
little
of them.
scared.
But like if you see a black guy who has his like pants hanging down with a backwards cap and has like
You're describing it
a
wrong.
gun,
You're
probably.
describing it wrong.
But Kylie,
You see a black man chrome down to his knees, you should get a little scared.
but that's not because of he's black. That's because of his getup. That's because of the
know.
way he presents himself.
There's nothing to do with skin color.
That's what I'm yeah.
Yeah, I'm
saying like we can't say that because of we can't say that you can't tell what kind of a person somebody is by looking at them because there are lots of context clues to what somebody's personality is by the way.
The way they dress, the way they present themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, but also we need to acknowledge statistics too. Like there are sometimes you should be afraid of people because of statistics.
Well, I wouldn't say afraid because I fear no man, but.
Well, not afraid, but you have to be cautious. You have to actually, like... You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, just... Well, you're not safe if you're just walking around a black neighborhood.
By the way, Kyler, this is recording, and this is the kind of stuff we always say in these, and I am surprised this show is still on YouTube.
Well, he has a point. They're chromed down to their knees. I'm actually more scared of a white man chromed down to his knees than I am of a black man chromed down to his knees.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, Corbin. I do. I just don't know
like,
that...
it would be stupid to just... Like, it would be stupid for a woman to just walk down a black neighborhood in the middle of the night. Like, that would be a stupid
It'd be
thing to do.
stupid for a woman to walk down a white neighborhood in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but...
Well, I would say...
It'd be a little
Let me put it in a way that makes a little bit more sense to me. It would be stupid for a woman to walk down a poor neighborhood in the middle of the night.
Yes. Yeah.
Unless she's armed.
Yeah, unless she's armed. Then
She
she's
should
fine.
be
Oh
armed.
yeah, everybody should be armed.
Yeah.
If everybody was armed, this wouldn't even be an issue that needs to be talked about.
Yeah. But I think you are focusing a little more on the racial aspect of it than I would. I would say it's more of a class issue. Like, there is definitely racial elements based on
All I
culture.
was trying to say is by not acknowledging race in political subjects, we cause more problems than we solve.
Right, sure, I get that. I'm just saying it is an oversimplification to refer to something simply because of what demographic lives there. I think that black people tend to live in these types of areas, but that's not because they're black. That's because of, that's because of bad policy and culture.
Yeah. Well, I would say that that's the biggest problem is that
Yeah, redlining. That exactly.
they're I would say that I think that it's actually really disappointing that people have encouraged the worst aspects of black culture when they were if you look in the 1920s they were smarter and they were better dressed.
Yeah.
They had more money.
Yeah.
Because they actually got jobs. The reason they got jobs is because they had a culture that encouraged them.
Right.
Well, now they don't because they have a culture that doesn't encourage them.
Right, and that is because of things like welfare and
Actually, Grand Theft Auto 5 does a good commentary on that.
yeah.
Because Franklin doesn't want to be a gangster, but the culture and his friends and his family want him to be a gangster, and are trying to get him into a life of crime, even though he himself actually is in this moral questioning state. Like if you play Grand Theft Auto 5, he's the one that's like, well, I'm not gonna call this a good deed. This is clearly a bad thing we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it because I want the money. But he's trying to get out of
But yeah, no, Corbin, I do agree
the senseless
that
gang.
the black
stuff.
community does tend to encourage, not getting jobs and not leaving the hood. People who quote unquote leave the hood do get criticized by people in the hood.
Yeah, they get called, but the black people that actually want to act like humans,
Race
which
trader.
is most of them.
Yeah, they get called race traders. But they
get called Uncle Toms, and they get called not really black just because they want to
Yep.
not shoot people and do drugs.
Well, it's so funny to me how people will say, "Oh, racism's bad," and then a black guy becomes conservative and they call him a coon.
Yeah.
Or a house Negro.
Because
Yeah.
they think that if you are a bad person, you just deserve it, and it's okay to call you whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because you're bad.
Well, did you see all that one tweet that leftist did about Clarence Thomas? Which, by the way, Clarence Thomas, one of the like easily the best Supreme Court justice like ever. But there was a lady who's like, "Does this nigger understand?" And it's like, "Geez, calm the fuck down." Like, because she got mad about the abortion ruling, and she just decides to call him a nigger, and I'm like, "Geez, chill out."
Yeah. But man, it is definitely hard to talk about race issues in general.
Yeah, well, it's because it's something people are scared of.
Because it's like, because there are just things where it's like, I feel like there are lots of things that need to be brought up if we actually want to help.
Yeah. Well, I honestly think we should stop worrying about trying to help everyone and encourage people to help themselves.
Well, yeah, that's a big part of it. But then you get called
racist if you say black people need to work more.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying what we need to say is let them figure out their own shit, and if they can't figure it out, that's on them.
Well,
every time we try to help, quote unquote, we just put in more bad policies that make their culture worse.
Right. Like, you know how Bill Burr... Did you see how Bill Burr said that the women are the reason that the WNBA fails? Like,
he's right.
Paying attention and stuff. Because they aren't the ones paying attention to it. And then they say men are the ones that need to come over and watch this. It's men's fault that this isn't successful. It's like, you're not watching it either, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's your fault. Like, I feel like it just needs to be like a thing to be said about like all humans. We just need to say that all humans need to work, and all humans need to be independent. All humans need to.
Yes. Well, women can be housewives.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. Well, women should work for me, of course.
They need to make daddy his money.
But because it's one of those things where when I try to think of it, I try to think of if I was in their shoes, what would I want? And you know what? I think it's like I would want more cops to take down the black criminals, though, because then my children would be safe as a black man.
Well, and statistically speaking, the vast majority of black Americans feel the same way, Corbin. Most black Americans actually like having the police in their communities.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the police have done some shady shit.
It, though, is where they're like, where it's like a cop killed this black criminal that would have killed more black people in the future. So it's like, if anything, you're saving more black people.
Yeah. But granted, we also do got useless police, like the ones at the Uvalde shooting that prevented people from going in and intervening.
That's what the left wants for police in black communities, though.
Or ones that pull people.
That's probably why that was a thing, is because, like, what are they going to do? If they do anything, they're going to get called racist.
Yeah, but they should have just let the people in. The people who were going to go take care of it for them. If they weren't going to do something, they should have let them do it.
Yeah.
Damn right.
But
because it could have been handled so much, like it could have been handled in a minute.
Yeah, that. It wasn't.
They were literally getting hand sanitizer.
What's that?
In the video, they're getting hand sanitizer, and they're all like hanging out, talking to each other, while there's a person going around shooting kids.
Yeah. Well, and like
and they're literally hanging out, talking.
And they wouldn't let the parents go in and defend their own kids, but they also made sure their kids got out first. The cops did.
Somebody used the water. It's and then I think it's crazy because then they were like, "Oh, what do you want to say something nice about police now?" It's like, well, this is the perfect time to bring up the Second Amendment.
Yeah. Well, it's like, look, I'm not gonna like. There's a reason I don't use the back the blue flag anymore. I'm over that phase. Like, police are humans; they make mistakes, and as an institution, there's a lot of problems with it. I don't think they're all evil. I think they do a lot of good, but I ultimately do think it is a flawed institution that needs reform.
The leftists' logic, though, on on guns and authority makes no sense. So people shouldn't have guns, and cops are bad, but cops should have guns, and the government should have guns. And cops are bad, but they should be told what to do by the government, who is also bad. But we're going to do what the government says because the government has our best interest, even though they're bad.
You know, there's a really good quote from Ronald Reagan where he says the 8 most dangerous words in the English language. You know what those words are?
What?
I'm from the government. I'm here to help.
And that's something that's like a... If you watch like old movies, literally like most political old movies literally predicted exactly what happened.
Yeah, because people knew what was going on, and people want to say, oh, that's... One thing I hate that the left does is they're always like, yeah, you're crazy, that'll never happen, and then it always does.
Well, cops are completely useless. I know of several times where we've shown them camera footage of someone stealing something with their license plate fully in view. You can see it, and the cops would do nothing about it. They did absolutely nothing, other than when one of them happened to damage their trailer and tried to blame the place that they were robbing. And then they went after the place that they robbed.
That's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Something, though, is I literally, like, it's hard for me to feel sympathy for weak people.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's one of those things where the only reason you're weak is because of you. It's your fault you're weak. I don't want to, and whenever they try to get your help, it feels like manipulation or dragging somebody into a situation that they wouldn't have been involved in if you were just good.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like it feels annoying because it's like, why is it my moral obligation to help you just because you're weak? Why is it my moral obligation to help people just because they're more disadvantaged than me?
Well,
I don't really, because I do believe in moral obligation, but I have a moral obligation to myself. I have a moral duty to myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I really like Violence Jack's moral code. It's different than a lot of anime and manga protagonists, because like Violence Jack, he doesn't just defend the weak. Do you know what he does? He gets the weak to strengthen themselves and fight their own battles. That's what Jack does. He doesn't just go out of his way to protect them. He goes and he tells them, hey, you need to prepare. I'll help you prepare, but you need to fight your own battles, and if you don't make it, that's on you.
Yeah, that's what they literally, like, that's something that Berserk straight up took from Violence Jack, his guts in the manga after, you know, the Golden Age arc and everything. He has that same kind of moral philosophy of there are weak and there are strong people.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the whole point of Berserk is that there are big people that are doing what the strong do what they want, while the weak people just can't survive. And I don't know. I think that honestly makes sense. I feel like in a world, we need to stop if we stop tolerating weak people, people wouldn't grow up to be weak.
Yeah.
Like if we stop.
Well,
because that's something that actually really disappoints me, because I feel like I had a lot more potential to be something better, and and that potential was never utilized.
Well, you ever seen the movie Whiplash?
Yeah.
I really like that movie. And there's a quote from it I say all the time, which is, the 2 most dangerous words in the English language are good job.
Yeah.
I really like that movie, because J.K. Simmons' character is...
I actually don't think he did anything wrong, like J.K. Simmons' character.
Mm-hmm.
I actually agreed with, like, everything he did. Because it's like, because that's like, he has, the guy wants to be the best drummer. That's how you make him the best drummer.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's why I like the ending when he actually... I like the ending when he actually goes out there and starts drumming really good, and then J.K. Simmons sees him, and they just kind of look at each other, and he acknowledges him, and then he's like, all right, and then they just continue, because he actually sees that he has reached his potential.
It's like with that's something that's true though, is if you withdraw, if you don't reward people when they do something okay, or when they do something that's good that they would usually get rewarded for. If you don't reward them then and you wait until they do something really good, they'll feel better about themselves.
Right.
Just from that little bit you give them after they've worked that
Yeah.
hard. You know?
Well, we live in a society that's far too focused on validating people and telling them how good they are and how valid they are, when it's like, maybe you're not. Maybe you have more potential you could be reaching.
Well, it's literally like in college, they just hand out diplomas now.
Yeah. Well, and
You can be, having a diploma now means literally nothing.
well, and there's also like participation trophies and things like that. That's why I really like that line in what is it, New World Order by Tom McDonald, where he says, "Good job, you lose. Here's your medal."
Yeah. Like in Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. No, it's fucking pathetic that everyone needs to feel validated and rewarded nowadays. It's fucking pathetic.
I like in the one part of that song where he talks about. He doesn't say it like this, but it gets you thinking about how. Where he's talking about how where people keep it's like where he's talking about how people won't let him say what he wants to say, and it makes him want to shoot people or something, because it's like I think there is if you take away somebody's words, all you leave them with is violence. But when you literally take away somebody's words, they have no freedom. Like they have one last resort that they can even go to.
Well, that's why the First Amendment is so important. We need to protect people's right to talk. All right, well, I think I'm getting ready to wrap this one up. We're about in an hour, 41 minutes. Was there anything you wanted to say in closing, Corbin? Is that a no? All right, well, our connection got bad, too, so
You probably got disconnected.
I will say that is a good stopping point. And anything that you want to add, Corbin, now that you came back on connection?
I want to add 1 and 2 and 3, and I want to add those to 5 and 6 and 7, and I want to take away 9, and then I want to divide it by 12, and then you get 7.
Is that true?
No.
I didn't think so. That didn't sound right at all. But yeah, say bye, Corbin.
Bye, Corbin.